everyone, Sandra here from the Schwoven's Nest. Today I wanted to share with you a Magnolia garland that I created. I really love the look of Magnolia in regards to the farmhouse, Joanna Gaines fixer-upper inspiration, that kind of thing. But I've really noticed that magnolias themselves and also the leaves can be quite a bit pricey. So I figured out a way to create faux magnolia leaves, and I hope you'll enjoy it. I hope you'll try it out yourselves. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Hope you enjoy! What you'll need for this DIY is some type of leaf bush that resembles magnolia leaves. I picked this one up at the Dollarama and it was $3. And the reason I picked this is because magnolia leaves actually have a orange or burnt orange kind of underside. So I thought if I'm painting the top, the back will kind of still look like a more natural magnolia leaf. If you don't find this type of bush, you can also use any type of green leaf. Don't worry about the back. You might need to trim some of this. I know when I did some magnolia leaves before using these hydrangeas, I just cut off those little rough edges and made it look in the shape more of a magnolia leaf. So you've got some options out there. Use some large leaves, some smaller leaves. This bush, I liked it because it has a whole bunch of different sizes. So I thought that would turn out really well. The next thing you're going to need is some types of paint, green paint that we're going to blend together. This is a hunter green, and this one is called Hauser medium green. It's sort of like a, I don't know, sort of like a khaki or moss kind of green. So I'm going to blend those two together. I might need to use some white as well just to get the color that I like. And I'm okay with it not being 100% all the same color because the more variegated the color is, the more natural it's going to look. So using my snips, I'm going to just trim off the leaves. I don't need any stems on them, although you could leave some stems on if you want, depending on what project you're going to be using them for later. I'm actually going to be probably using this for either a wreath or some type of garland, and so I don't really need any of the stems on these. So I'm just going to do this with the whole bush. Now I'm going to mix the paint together to make sure I get a good color that represents magnolia leaves. I'm not sure what color I'm going to come up with, but they are more of a darker green color. So I'm just going to play around with some of my colors and see if I can find something that I like. Just going to start out with a little bit because I don't want it to get too dark. But I'm looking for a rich magnolia green kind of color. Looks like I'm going to need to add some more of the hunter green. So I'm just going to start painting the leaves just to see what the color is going to turn out like. I think I'm happy with this color. I think it's going to turn out pretty good. So I'm going to continue on with this color, painting all of the leaves. So as I'm painting this one, I'm noticing that the leaf has some frayed edges. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's right here around the edges. So once this one is dry, I'll probably just trim those up a little bit with my scissors, just so it's more of a clean edge. So my leaves are all painted and they're all dry now, and they look pretty good. They've gotten quite firm because of the paint, but a lot of them have some fringy edges around the sides, like they're starting to fray. And of course they were only from the Dollar Tree, or sorry, from Dollarama, so I wouldn't expect anything different. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trim all the way around just to get all of those frayed edges off. So I've got all the magnolia leaves trimmed down, but I've ended up with 5 that are quite large compared to the medium size of the other ones. So I think I'm going to still trim them down a little bit because normally magnolia leaves are all the same size. They do have some smaller ones closer to the buds, but I think I'm gonna just trim these down a little bit further. There, so I have all my leaves completed, and I'm going to move on to the next step. To give the leaves a matte look, so they look a little bit more like a rubber tree plant, I'm going to use my matte Mod Podge. I've got a big jug of it here. So what I'm going to do is just put one coat of Mod Podge on top of the leaves and then let them dry. So these are the leaves now that they're completely dried with the matte Mod Podge, and I think it gives them a really good faux magnolia look. It also changes the texture of them. They're not soft anymore. They feel more like a little bit of harder, maybe even like a plastic. So they're going to be really easy to work with. And I think I'm going to use these leaves plus maybe a few magnolia blossoms to make a little wreath.
I used this technique on these leaves that I used for this Magnolia Wreath, and I also created a Magnolia Garland. I will link those videos below in the description box if you want to check out how I did those. I hope you got some inspiration from this video to create your own magnolia leaves that you could use for a wreath or a garland or any other type of floral design. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for your support.